golden thread.
Nope.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
My favorite.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Stupendous!
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Good day, friends, and here we go with the Arena of Blood Season 2. We're glad to see you on UCC broadcast, and next couple hours, all action, drama, blood, and awesome plays are for you. Guys, our partner EGB.com gives you an awesome proposal. First deposit bonus of up to $600. At EGB.com, you can also find convenient service, daily quests, and a bonus system. Interesting? Click on the banner under the broadcast. Woo! Right, with that said, guys, let's get right to it. FlytoMoon versus Friends. This is the decider match. The match that will decide who passes and makes it to the winners brackets of these qualifiers. My name is DSwordfish. I will be your caster for today. Hope you enjoy my cast. And God, is this... God, has this been a crazy series, honestly. Friends have shown a very inconsistent lineup, if I'm honest with you. Their drafts being unorthodox, but their execution being even more unorthodox because it bordered on bad, frankly. They almost threw a match, but luckily FlytoMoon threw that match too. But in the second match, FlytoMoon gave him no prisoners. And in this third match, I'm probably going to see some more things. They still run the Phoenix, this time with a Centaur though. As Friends does steal the Mars. Friends in this case will go with the Grimstroke a second time. Mars, Grimstroke, not the best of combos, but you know, solid heroes regardless. And the Centaur Phoenix, even though it's not as good as Mars' Phoenix, is still very good because the lane of Centaur Phoenix is stronger, I would argue, than Mars Phoenix. You have two heroes that deal a lot of damage, and one of the heroes carries a more reliable stun. And the Sunray is fantastic with Centaur, whereas with Mars is just okay. So you have some really strong laners and an okay initiation. Supernova is also great to disengage on top of the Stampede, so the amount of disengage and counter initiation that FlytoMoon has is actually kind of ridiculous. Whereas Friends, for now, is looking more like they're going to initiate further. I would like to see a Rubik actually on Friends. A combination of Grimstroke Rubik I think is very, very solid. Double Telekinesis, double Fate Bolt, and whatever you steal is always nice. And if Rubik manages to steal Stampede, oof, you're in for a treat. He can, of course, rarely, if never, steal Supernova, but it's still okay. It's alright. Let's see what Friends said to run though with a Grimstroke. Grimstroke opens up your possibilities a lot. I do think that it makes any hero with raise, like any jump, any arc lightning, any fate bolts, whatever, much stronger. So particularly Rubik I think would be a really good pickup for that reason. I'm not really going to suggest anything else. I mean, you can pick up your carrier mid laner right now, but it's a bit too early. You have the last pick anyway. Bane again. Okay, Bane with Grimstroke seems really good because double Fiend Script, but FlytoMoon will just pick up something that can stun him easily. You want the support that can stun. Honestly, Avenge would actually be kind of nice. Venge is really good against Mars. Venge is really good against Bane. Venge is nice with Centaur. And also opens up possibilities for Phoenix. So I would like the Venge. Brings a stun to the table as well to stop that Fiend Script as I mentioned. She's fine. There's a lot of position 5s, but they don't carry as much disable nowadays, at least the popular ones. Like Oracle, for example, not too great now that you can have the double Phoenix Grip. The Lich, again, lacking the disable, only have Sinister Gaze, not too great. You can go for Shadow Shaman or Lion, but they're better off as 4s than 5s nowadays. So as for 5s, I would really like to see the Venge. I would really like to see the Venge. I know I'd also FlytoMoon can play the Venge as well, so wouldn't be too surprised by that. They could also pick up their mid laner now, considering that they don't have last pick as well. It's a mid laner for Stormer. You guys should run the Invoker if you want to add to the counter initiation here. I know it's a Stormer hero. Could be the Invoker actually. Could have done the Invoker here. The Pugna I don't mind this second time. Kunkka would actually also be nice as well. Ghost Ship is really good against Mars. Ghost Ship is kind of good against the Bane. They're really thinking about it. How do you counter this Bane? Let's see what FlytoMoon decides on in the end. Pick up carry hero. It's, you could also... Okay, Jakiro. Interesting. Okay. I like the Venge better, if I'm honest, with this pick, but it's okay. It's an alright pick. The issue with Jakiro is that... Actually, you know what? Friends now is forced to go for the spell, because otherwise Finish Jakiro will just dominate you. The lanes are pretty strong for FlytoMoon. True. And they also have good pushing power. What I like about the Jakiro pick is that he's really good at being able to zone out the Mars, and there's no way Bane gets a Fiend Script, because Ice Path will always cancel. And Jakiro will always have the range to do that, unless he's really out of position. So it's pretty good. The fact that he's so slow and lumbering does open up for a lot of possibilities. I think if FlytoMoon is starting to condition the draft, they might be forcing friends to go for like a Lifestealer or a Juggernaut, which are the only two heroes that come with natural dispels. They might go for a Phantom Lancer, but if you're going for a Phantom Lancer, you're vulnerable to other heroes. So, don't love the Phantom Lancer pick. Would rather see a Lifestealer or a Juggernaut, because you have the last pick anyway, so you want to reserve the last pick for mid. And then FlytoMoon can actually counter that with a hero. So we'll see. Another option would also be to go for the Naga Siren. Naga Siren's actually alright. It gives you some more initiation, would set up for the Mars. Phantom Lancer has actually been banned, so Naga Siren, Lifestealer, or Juggernaut are the heroes that come to mind. You could run the Slark. Slark is actually pretty solid here, but I don't love the Slark against area damage a hero can put out, even if you have a Dark Pact to dispel some of it. Alright, there's a Slark. Alright. As I mentioned, I don't love this hero as much as Juggernaut or Lifestealer, but he is a better hero in the meta right now. And the only issue with Slark is that there is a lot of area damage on FlytoMoon. Centaur beats Slark in the mid game. Jakiro is really good against Slark because of the Macropyre. The Phoenix is also annoying with a Supernova. It's not the easiest hero to play against this, so you're going to have to really struggle. And immediately the counter pick of the Naga. Also a really good pickup, by the way, from FlytoMoon. Something that I think Friends was really underestimating. When I was suggesting the Naga, it was not only because Naga was a good pick, it's also because Naga was a block pick, as I say. So make sure FlytoMoon does not get a Naga. Because now the Naga sets up for Macropyre and Supernova. If you want the area stun of Supernova, honestly, you can even go for the talent for extra stun, and it's fine even if you miss the damage. It's not the best of combos. It's better to get Treant, for example, or Mars. But Naga is fine with the Phoenix. The Jakiro and Naga is super solid with the Ice Path as well. And Naga is a hard counter to start because of the Sunless Siren wasting your Shadow Dance completely. I mean, depends how you play this, but still. She's also a hero that can easily stop the Fiend Script from the Bane, if need be. So, really good. The Illusions also are pretty nice at dealing with... Actually, you don't have anything here to do with the Illusions. But you add some pushing power as well to the team, and some late game potential. So, I really like FlytoMoon's draft right now. Banning the Storm, interesting. I mean, the Storm is pretty decent against Naga, and you don't have reliable stuns, so I see the point. Maybe you pick up an Ember here yourself to make sure that you don't pick up the Ember either. I like the Ember too. It's consistent, nice laning stage, doesn't usually lose lanes, can always go into the jungle, so I like the Ember in general as a solid pickup here. Also pretty good against Slark, I would say, because you can again burst him down with area damage. And you just don't want friends to pick up the Ember, because the Ember could be trouble if they do pick it up. So you can also pick up a hero that destroys the Ember, like a Monkey King, for example, but I mean, then you're picking Monkey King. Lina, okay. Even more consistent pick than Ember. I don't think Lina ever has a bad game. It's just a hero that's just solid. Together with Centaur, she has a lot of repositioning ability. She's really good against Slark. Again, area damage. Laguna Blade is solid. It's the same premise I was using for the Ember, just a different hero.
Storm Force, double damage.
And now friends. Oh right, the Ember's banned. That's why. That's why. I'm sorry. I didn't notice the Ember's banned for some reason. Now the hero for friends. If you can pick a hero that doesn't get like a hero I can just move around with a lot of mobility would be great. And Selena's tough though. She wins a lot of lanes. Pango? Yeah. He's okay.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Pango's alright. He brings a natural dispel to the table, which is one of the best parts about this. The Rolling Thunder will dispel things like, for example, spirits or dual breath or whatever it is. He can actually run through the Macrofire, so it's nice. I don't think the Pango versus Lina lane is very favored, though. I think Lina definitely wins that matchup, but that's something you have to sacrifice. And the Ensnare is going to be a big problem for the Pango. In fact, they have a lot of stuns to actually deal with the Pango, because when the cast point, I think, is 1.6 for the Rolling Thunder, 1.6 seconds, which is enough time to actually use Ice Path, it's enough time to use Ice Struck Array, it's enough time to use Naga Siren and Snare. So, or even the Hoof Stomp. So you have a lot of things that are area stunts in general at FlytoMoon that take advantage of heroes that are not that mobile, or heroes that need to be put in place for a while. Like, for example, Bane or Pangolier. So both these heroes will be a bit weak. You also don't have really a combo with Grimstroke, bar the Bane, and he's not going to be a real combo here. I favor FlytoMoon. I favor FlytoMoon. Mainly because I don't think Friends have played the last match well at all. I think Friends played that really badly, to be honest. So FlytoMoon should have the advantage execution-wise. And I like their draft a bit better. The Jakiro doesn't give me the most confidence, but it's okay. It really does depend on how good of a Jakiro you are and how confident you are in the hero. I don't love the Jakiro right now. I don't love the Jakiro right now because I think one of his weaknesses is that he is just too slow, and the tankiness that was one of the things about Jakiro that was so great about him is that he was a tanky support. He was one of the few supports that was actually tanky and ranged, and you're like, what? That's amazing. You know, Jakiro was really strong for a while because of that, particularly because he's a tanky support. But nowadays, that tankiness means nothing. A lot more supports are tanky, and a lot more supports deal so much damage. Jakiro tankiness means nothing. So, you know, compare Jakiro to, for example, Phoenix or Snapfire, and he actually does pale in comparison to those heroes. Which makes me question why they didn't just pick up Snap. So I don't love the hero right now in the meta, but he's definitely still viable. He has a lot of zone out, which controls the area very well. Is really good against Mars. Can deal nicely with the Stark, so I don't think it's a bad pick at all. Also, I like the Naga Siren Jakiro combo. It's a combo I haven't seen in a long time, but I like it a lot. And Naga is not going to be too troubled in this lane, honestly. Naga does not lose. I can't think of a single lane that Naga loses, to be honest. Maybe against Razor or something like that. But Naga's gonna be fine every single time. So as long as you give it to Jakiro, I mean Jakiro's gonna be there for a bit of extra damage and stuff. It's not really gonna be a big deal. The lanes in fact favor FlytoMoon a lot. Centaur versus Slark is usually a one lane for the Centaur. Most people think that because attribute shift Centaur loses, but you just wait for the attribute shift to pass and you just retaliate and destroy Slark. Because he doesn't have any natural healing, has very bad armor in general. Because he has really poor stat game, so that should be a very Centaur favored lane, especially with the Phoenix. The Slug might be forced to go for a 3-1-1 build to be able to dispel the spirits, and also to be able to farm later on in the lane. So both things are true. The only lane that might be won by them is the mid lane, because I'm not really sure about this matchup. I think Pango can beat the lane if you play this properly. Definitely not in the early levels, though. And I'm not too confident in what I'm saying, to be honest. I'm just haven't seen this matchup in a long time. So I do find that lanes for FlytoMoon are definitely completely in their favor. And we're starting to see this now, right? Naga in the bottom lane, already beating the Mars. I mean, as far as she's beating the Mars in terms of lane equilibrium and trading the health, even though he's not beating the Mars in last just yet. Lina is beating the Pango by a bit, and Centaur is beating the Slark by fair enough. So no surprise there. In fact, non-grata. Okay, interesting. Is that pull? Oh, wow, I have not seen that pull in a while. So that pull is so that the creeps will meet near the tower, and the lane will inevitably push. And they actually even use that pull for extra farm. Well done. Very well done. But Phoenix takes a free courier here, which actually puts this completely in FlytoMoon's favor. This courier should not have died. People I always forget how much the couriers give, honestly. It's 150 gold in total to the team. It's like your team essentially getting 3 last hits ahead of the enemy team. It doesn't seem like much, but for the amount of commitment you have to put in for that, it's huge. It's huge. So it's a big deal there. Stormer also manages to get a salve early, so he should be fine. Shush is playing aggressively. I don't think you have to play the matchup, by the way. This is why I'm kind of unsure about this matchup. The matchup needs to be played completely aggressively so that Pango can take advantage of this lane. And then try to kill the Lina. Notice that Stormer, by the way, is saving that salve. He does not using it just yet. Because he doesn't want to get cancelled by Swashbuckle. And there we go. They read the Dark Pact. Very well read by No Fear. Reads the Dark Pact, immediately starts spiriting afterwards because he doesn't want him to dispel. Sensibility starts to attack him. No problem. Hit the spirits. Very, very strong. People often talk about the damage of the spirits. It's very strong, but the attack speed slow is brutal, especially if you want to last hit. So Plav, you're seeing here, is actually struggling a bit because of the last hits, because of the Phoenix. He's being the Naga though. So even though Centaur is lasting better than the Mars, the Slark is also lasting better than Naga, which makes me think that it's just that there's more farm trade in the top lane, and Mars is playing more aggressively in this bottom lane. Jakiro needs to give him a bit of space to the Naga. I'm surprised though. Mars is also a pretty decent laner, so it's not like it's going to be the easiest lane ever for the Naga. And there we go, this sound has been used. Yeah, the combination with Grimstroke is also a bit brutal, and Naga still doesn't have enough levels to actually deal damage. There we go. Immediately, first blood for Sidoi. As they also get a kill in the middle lane though. That's actually huge. This kill in the mid lane is also considering that this Lina already has an XP differential. Honestly, even if you lose the bottom lane, as long as Naga can recover in the jungle, you're fine. This is much more important, I'd argue. Being able to get the Lina levels here in the mid lane. Huge, huge advantage. And it's not like Naga is being chased out either, by the way. But this Lina beating the Pango matchup in the mid lane is huge. I'm very fascinated by her build as well. Not going for points in Dragon Slave, interestingly enough. Instead going for Light Strike Array. Now 2 points in Dragon Slave, but also went for 2 points in Fiery Soul. Which rarely, if ever, I've never seen this in the laning stage. You know, it's not like Fiery Soul is bad, but it's interesting that you went for 2 points early instead of maxing the Dragon Slave. Once he gets Laguna, by the way, this Pango is done for. Is hoping for the rune there, and he does get it. It's a regen rune as well. Okay, Stormer. Okay, Ice Frog. Sure, man. If you want us to win, no problem. Stormer will make this a reality. Honestly, this Pango is as good as dead if they get him with the Light Strike Array at this point. This Lina is kicked him out of lane so much. I was completely right about this matchup. It's very much Lina favored. And Pango, even if he plays aggressively, I think the time to play aggressively is just a bit too late. Look at his build as well. He can't even go for a point in Lucky Shot because it's pointless. He needs to go for the recovery build. What I do admit is that Ashush is smart about this. This build, this recovery build, is exactly the right build to go for against a bad lane. Because if you go for Swashbuckle plus the Shield Crash, you're actually able to farm lanes really quickly. If you went for the Lucky Shot, you struggle a bit until you get like a Javelin or something. So you're going to have to recover as Pango, and you're not going to be able to create as much space. You might as well be able to push lanes with those abilities. It's smart. It's very smart. Okay, No Fear. He's going to find the Bane here. Nice Nightmare, but thanks to the spirits, how much damage? The Brain Cell, however, will kill him off. So Sensibility, we're just playing around there with No Fear. They are getting a fair amount of kills here in the early game, but the net worth difference is not really irrelevant. One of the weaknesses of the Lina, by the way, that we're going to start to see here this match is that she can't push the tower alone. It's actually one of the biggest weaknesses. Also the Pango, by the way. It's part of the reason why these heroes aren't played mid as often, and when we see much more DP, and we see much more, you know, like the Nature's Prophet, sorry, Nature's Prophet, the Centaur as well. We see all these heroes that can push lanes on their own much more often, like it, also very, very valued nowadays. And we don't see the heroes that have zero pushing potential, Lina being one of them. Stormer actually is as good as dead here. Yeah, it's Laguna Blade though, so they can at least get a counter kill. Gonna find Sensibility, there we go, nice, Fairy Fire not gonna save him. And they're still going for a Shush, and they actually fought this without Rolling Thunder. Stormer will survive thanks to Fishman's rotation here. But Fishman might be in trouble though. Nah, he acknowledges it's fine. There's no Lucky Shot on the Pango anyway, so the chance of them getting a kill is impossible essentially. And Lina even finds a double damage rune there. Pango will try to stop it, cancels the clarity, does not get the double damage rune. Go back mid, camera, go back mid. They just killed us. It was very obvious they were going for that rune there. Double damage is available on Stormer. Should have seen that. God damn camera. And Stormer will also push his Dodgy completely out of the lane. This guy is playing out of his mind on the Lina. Honestly, considering the first game of the series, he played kind of badly on the TA, even though it was one of his comfort picks, compared to his usual performance. This is a Stormstormer I'm used to seeing. This is a Stormstormer I'm much more happy to see. Dominating the lane against Ashash, taking advantage of the better matchups, and just playing overall pretty well, aggressively there. And now we're also starting to see the Naga Siren taking advantage of the bottom lane. It's something we often see, comparing Naga Siren to Slark. As lane progresses, Slark does not get better at laning. Most of the time, the levels that he gets is just okay. There's no point of inflection, really. For the Naga Siren, it is. As the illusions get stronger, laning becomes impossible for really any off-laner. And so we're starting to see her taking control. She's also going to be able to recover with the jungle much quicker than Slark. I'm assuming Slark went for Dark Pact build. But even with that build, you're not as quick as farming as the Naga. However, Dark Pact build is surprisingly fast at farming, so you can't really discount the Slark just yet. And now they're actually going for sensibility much more. You can see No Fear really want to return what happened earlier against its ability. Nungrata also wanted to get the kill here. There's a Hope Stomp available. They're trying to go for No Fear. Plov, there's a Pounce available. Will it hit? It will not, but the stun will still hit. Plov has a Shadow Dance anyway, so it'll be perfectly fine. Nungrata cannot quite kill him, but he's trying his best though, however. Good job. Unfortunately, Plov will just heal back up this damage completely, so he did nothing there. What a cheeky play by Stormstormer. Overall, they're still playing fine. Losing your support there and losing a couple kills is not a big deal as long as you get the last hits in your favor and you're still farming on the Naga. And we're seeing Naga is also going jungle completely now. Royal Jelly given... Oh no, it's going to be brought in the courier. So Royal Jelly brought in the courier for Stormstormer. We're going to Ring of Tarask, which is interesting for Nungrata. We are seeing this a bit more. Fishman killed in the bottom lane by Sidoi. Easy, but they use an ultimate for this. In the middle lane, the Phoenix could be in trouble. Ashush going for the skill 100%. Shield Crash does hit. Ashush will manage to finish him off, but Stormstormer with one last Dragon Slave might just finish Ashush. There he goes, tries. Nice evasion with the Illusion Rune. Allows him to survive. Ashush on point. That was really well played. Laguna Blade, though, with the ward, allowing them to at least get a counter kill regardless. Laguna Blade is a short cooldown, a relatively short cooldown. It's not Finger of Death, so using it like that is fine. He could have killed the Pango, but I think it's okay not to wait for the Pango. Almost killed Ashush there, though. Thank God for the Shield Crash extra protection there. Another Jakiro, also trying to get a level 6. He does manage to find it with a Macropyre. He has not gone for an Ice Path build, but instead going for a dual breath build to make the lane a bit easier. And to annoy Sidoi more. And he's honestly only a level away from Sidoi. Not too much of a difference for being a support.
Radiant's bottom tower
So we're probably quite happy with how this has turned out.
Stupendous.
Meanwhile, we see that Ashush has actually decided to go for the Javelin relatively early. I don't mind the casual Javelin going to Fusel Blade afterwards. I hope it doesn't turn into a Maelstrom though. I'm not the biggest fan of Maelstrom anymore on Pango. Deals much more reduced damage than it used to. Illidan. Alright, Fishman. He's stuck. The Arena Blood is condemning him. I think Fishman is as good as dead, but Macropyre to at least cut the creep wave and make sure that they can't push as easily. And that's actually quite smart. Good Macropyre there. It seems like a waste, but again, 60-second cooldown, not a big deal. Naga's still giving space, Naga's still farming. They do lose the original outpost though. I'm mistaken. They're not going to get the experience from the outpost, so that's a big deal. Nungrata is going to be able to push this top lane. Plov? Oh, alright, Plov. As I mentioned, Dark Pact build, look at that. SS Shift at that level is not so powerful that the center should be worried. But taking the tower is so important here. You also really reduce the farming space for Slark now that there's no shrine there. Top lane, they're actually going for Slark as well, trying to push him out. Smoke by used by sensibility, TPing top as well. Everything is happening top. Police camera, thank God. And now it's time to see what happens with the tower. Because there was a TP cancel, I think, by Bane, who was planning to go top. Instead, he's just smoking and going around the mid. They're going to try to take this tower, probably going to get it given to the Centaur. There we go. Tower given to him. Even a Stampede. Stormstormer sets up. Oh, here is the Yule Scepter. Almost kills Ashush. Allow me to correct myself. Kills him. For the top lane, they do lose Nungrata because of Plov's nice pounce. So, tower for Centaur, but in exchange you also got to kill mid against the Pango. This Lina is doing very well, super early yells, and she is the best base creator in the game. So for now, we have seen that friends struggle mainly in this mid-lane, though, but
your
they're not, like,
esports betting world. The only place to find the widest choice of popular games and matches to win real money. Choose your bet on a single event or express of several matches with dizzy odds. Serving the market for 7 years with over 800,000 users. Join now to get your bonus for the first deposit up to $600. EGB. You know for sure who's gonna win.
That was a big mistake by Jakiro going there, because that's the exact place where Pyro can come in. Nothing has a song, should use it, gets the song off. Wasting the blood, why is it MVP, why is it MVP? Realizes a bit too late, but still, gets it off in time, and is able to just walk away unscathed. Not bad. Yes, you forced the lead up a song, which is overall a better trade, I guess, for friends, but it's a song just much harder. Lena's still doing very well. Things is actually pushing the top lane. That's a supernova as well. I want to fight this soon. Well, the song is a bit difficult to guarantee that supernova, which is your problem right now. The bottom lane, I'm not unsure if they want to fight this. They have a stampede ready. But Illidan seems just happy with farming. They don't seem to want to fight just yet. Dodgy had to use the Ink Soldiers to escape the illusions here. In the top lane, the neutral creep kills No Fear as Asha surprises him with a swashbuckle. Lina, meanwhile, in the middle lane is going for the Bane, has the Yo Scepter ready. Is he gonna manage to catch him? No. Does not catch Bane in time, so he can't last Strike. In the bottom lane, the Centaur could be in trouble. They want to pounce onto him. He's near the tower, though. There's a TP by the Bane, so they're all converging down bottom. So they can find a little Centaur. Oh, Mr. Fishman is just trying his best to... Look at this Nongarada. He's like, guys, I can't hide. I have no trees to hide in. Oh, wow. He has no trees to hide in, yet he gets away, no problem. Gee, that's crazy. That is crazy that happened. Friends is at least able to push down the bottom tower. As in the mid lane, there's the smoke from FlytoMoon with Fishman, with Nongarada. Now they're going to try to find Sensibility. Seems like everyone on Friends' team is converging down here in the bottom lane, trying to force a team fight, and FlytoMoon read that perfectly and evaded them completely. There's still a 4 people bot, but they have a lot of disengage here. They have Stampede, they have the Supernova as well. They managed to kill the tower, or sorry, to take the shrine. But the tower does fall for Friends, so at least it's not the complete waste of time. But Naga keeps farming, and she's farming your jungle as well, so I like this aggressive way of farming. It's the right way to play for the Naga at this point. You know that you're not going to do much besides farm at this point, so you might as well take the enemy jungle and farm aggressively this way. Very clever by the Naga. And this gives you much more space as well as a team, because now the enemy team can't quite farm their jungle, and you know where they're going to go, which is your jungle. There we go. Little mistake by the Pango. Can they kill him off in time? Supernova's been committed, and Ashush is dead. Dodge, he might be in trouble. Use the Grimstroke ultimate. I think Nongrada was leashed to the Phoenix, but it was hard to tell, because it doesn't actually appear while he's in the Supernova. Aetherland's finally finished up on the Lina, as she has travels and Yosepra already, so she has a lot of mobility, is able to kill anyone on the map. Illidan continues to farm, and this is just a mirror of last game. They're playing kind of a 4-1 with a lot of space for Illidan. There is Arena of Blood though here, and they know that No Fear doesn't have the egg. Nongrada. Blink Dagger is ready on him, so he doesn't need to Stampede. Sedoy, oof, what a mistake with the Ice Path, but it doesn't really matter. He used Laguna Blade, they commit even the Macropire for Sedoy. Kind of worth for a core. Fishman ends up getting the kill there in the end, though, which means the killing streak goes the way of Fishman. Not the greatest, you don't want the Chikiro to take it, that's fine. Use him a couple ultimates, low cooldown ultimates. You know the big cooldown ultimate is really the Song of the Siren, and the rest is kind of low cooldown, they're taking advantage of it. It's well played. Stampede is not available just yet. Pounce, okay. Not gonna be too successful. Nice Ice Path. Dark Path to dispel it, but Plov still forced out with a Sunray. This is what I was talking about earlier, by the way. Sunray is so powerful, much better for the Centaur than for the Mars. Mars TP's in for some reason against a potential Yule Scepter. Again, they're stacking the stuns, which is not ideal, and now Mars can still fight. The Slark goes in. They get the Phoenix Grip onto the Naga. They can't get Song of the Siren off, and Naga's gone. It seems like Sedoy will die as a result. No, Nightmare might save him. No Fear does a TP away. No Fear does not TP away in time. They managed to kill him off as well. As Fishman is trying to get away, and he's also not going to be successful in his escape. Friends taking down 3. They do lose Mars into a dieback, but still well played there. That TP was much better than I originally expected. Okay, Centaur still trying to get a kill. Double Edge deals no damage. Should have just kept hitting. Should have just kept hitting, actually. That was a mistake. If he had just hit twice more with Retaliate, he would have killed him. But instead, he chose to do that. And there's no Nightmare at least, so that's good. And Sensibility was played really well there, catching the Naga with the Phoenix grip, nobody being available to cancel it. They need to be better positioned, both the Chikiro and the Phoenix to be able to cancel that. In fact, I would love it if Phoenix went for Yule Scepter this game, just to cancel Phoenix grip. That can never happen. You're playing Forward at 1, and the only objective of this team is to be catching your Naga. That's all they care about. They catch your Naga and they're happy with this. So, definitely make sure that they can't, right? Manta style completely on Elodin. It's the start. Is to go for Manta over Diffusal, it seems like. So he is gonna have. I mean, I do like the Manta over Diffusal. It helps you farm a bit further, to be honest. Diffusal doesn't help you farm as much. But there's nothing much to the spell really from any team. So it's not like it helps you too much. It's just a traditional Naga build. Stick a tower down bottom. Nice job, Stormer. Didn't have the Trial Boots. Sorry, I was ahead of myself. It was still going for Trial Boots later. Diffusal Blade on the Slark, so not bad timing on him either. He's the only one keeping up with the enemy team right now. The rest of the team is kind of falling behind. They try to go for the Phoenix. He does not have the Supernova now as he's silenced. Can he get it off in time? Knights with the Ice Path. Necropyre as well. The stun will come out in the end, and that stun will be enough to guarantee the kill onto the Phoenix. Songless Iron has been used, and they realize they can't continue fighting this. Illidan has to TP immediately. They're going to try to do some damage, I guess. But everyone TPs as well with them. 4K in the lead still for FlytoMoon, but this is becoming a bit difficult. These team fights are not as easy as they thought. You're dealing with some good team fight in general, and the Bane has been working really well for the guys at Friends. FlytoMoon needs to be on point with, first of all, protecting the Phoenix. He can't be at the forefront or the Vanguard ever. But second of all, also being able to stop that Phoenix script constantly, because that Phoenix script has been a problem. Don't love this Maelstrom build by Ushush. Don't love the Aghanim build either, to be honest. I think Diffusal Blade would have been much better. Because you already have one Diffusal Blade, so double Diffusal Blade actually a big deal. But I guess the Maelstrom deals with the illusions, which is why? I can only imagine. Plav. There we go. Okay, Pounce with a Diffusal Blade as well. But Plav could be in trouble. They try to use all their stuns. Nice Nightmare there to save his life. The Nightmare, they couldn't keep hitting him, so they're going to go for the simpler kills instead. Supernova has been committed for this. They're just going to go for the Bane. Nice Ice Path to stop the Mars. And now the Supernova will trigger. Yule Scepter will stop the Mars from being stunned, but it's okay. They can still kill him. They use a Sentry just to kill Sensibility, and they manage to finish off both of these heroes. Killing spree given to Fishman as Stormer takes the Sedoy kill. And that might mean Tower 2. Yep, that Tower is definitely going down. So, Friends, okay, losing Tower actually a big deal there too. They actually transformed this into an objective, which is nice. They did commit a Supernova for that. I think they're a bit hasty to pull the trigger on that Supernova. It didn't seem like it was necessary, to be honest. You could have at least forced the enemy team to fight you and then counter-initiate them. This is one of the difficulties of playing with a lot of counter-initiation. Like, guys, they can't really attack us because we always counter-initiate. But first of all, they know what the... I mean, the enemy team knows about these ultimates, of course, so they're not going to just fight into it. They're not going to be stupid about it. And second of all, you cannot initiate yourself. So oftentimes you kind of rely on the enemy team to either make a mistake and overextend, or on the enemy team to just think that they can win a team fight, and you play masterfully around. Cut the music. That's not up to me, but I will tell them to lower the music. I'm not in charge of any the cameras or anything. This is an external production. I am sorry for any issues that arise because of this. FlytoMoon, okay. Take the Rasham. That's not gonna be easy. Actually, that felt much easier than I expected, to be honest. The Riptide is brutal. No Fear is going for the Aghanim Scepter. Okay, interesting. I like that idea. What are you gonna... What is your plan, friends? Because it seems like they're winning team fights right now, but to be honest, you just managed to stave off. I hate to make this comparison, but it's very similar to flattening the curve in the coronavirus right now. You're kind of flattening the curve that Stormstormer is doing, but you're not eliminating the virus completely. Okay, this is a good start. Actually, killing him is a really good start.
EGB, your esports betting
world.
The only place to find the widest choice of popular games and matches to win real money. Choose your bet on a single event or express of several matches with dizzy odds. Serving the market for 7 years with over 800,000 users. Join now to get your bonus for the first deposit up to $600. EGB, you know for sure who's gonna win.
Space creation. That's important. But the space is still being created against with Naga Siren. That's why it's so difficult to play against this kind of drafts. Because if Lina wins the mid lane, what do you do? If you kill her, great, congratulations. You stop the hero that's murdering everyone in your team. But also, wait, you're just giving space to Naga because Naga can farm for free? No problem. You know what I mean? It's not really helping you. These teams don't compete for match or per series. You're competing for a prize pool. It's actually the qualifier, so if they don't make it to the actual tournament, they're not going to get paid at all. I like the Aghanim choice for the Lina as well. It's a good idea. Oh, okay, ensnare. Is that just to harass him further? Yeah, they want to show off the Diffusal Blade. So the Diffusal Blade on Illidan, which is a start. And then you continue. Oh, yeah, hush. You gotta be careful with the Diffusal Blade. That really cancels you. Look at that, he even forces Rolling Thunder or pretended to Rolling Thunder just to get away. Not a bad idea, because you don't want to waste that ultimate, but they catch him eventually. If they kill him here, oh, this is going to be such a mistake if they kill him here, because he wants Rolling Thunder away. He should have Rolling Thunder away. And this is why, guys, you don't save your ultimate. Sometimes you think you're being cheeky. Look at me, I don't need to use Rolling Thunder. Nope, you do, buddy. You were in a bad position, and they canceled you. As soon as you saw a Stampede, that should have been a Rolling Thunder. As soon as you hear that, the horn, you got to get away, man. This Pangolier. And the Mars as well. You have two heroes that are going to go down. Both of which are cores. And you've wasted... I mean, you use essentially one ultimate, which is a Stampede. No, actually, sorry. Two ultimates. The Stampede and the Supernova. Macropi doesn't really count as an ultimate. It's very short cooldown. You're going to find the Bane here as well. The Glimmer Cape saves him from a lot of damage. This is why you want the Ags. Make it pure damage so Glimmer Cape does not save him. It's actually very, very annoying. Age is available on Illidan, so I mean he can just do whatever he wants, honestly, right now. He's genuinely considering. look at this. The illusions alone are going to deal with the Grimstroke. Oh wow, the Ice Path to finish him off. Style points for Fishman. Amazing. Talk about Fishmen. Slark is ready with his BKB. They want to fight this. Arena Blood is also available. Songa Siren is going to be used immediately. Phoenix might die regardless. Illidan actually lost all his mana because of his lack of mana. There, he can't white TP, so unfortunately Songa Siren's more for his teammates. Fishman will at least get away, so that's already 3 other teammates that got away. Can they kill the Naga though? Arena Blood has been used, in goes Nangrata. Oh, he tanks the Spear of Mars, just so Illidan can survive a bit longer. There's the Aegis going to be lost. He actually buybacks immediately. Very smart play actually by the Centaur. Seems like he commits suicide, but that's very smart because it gives him enough time for Illidan to come back. And now they can fight this Laguna Blade to kill off the Mars. Mars is gone immediately, but they can maybe kill the Naga Siren. She's trying to run away. Fiend's Grip used. They can't cancel it in time. That's going to be Illidan done for as Plav really showcases the power of the BKB. He even dispels the Ice Path in time. Plav is dominating. Going to find the Centaur with a buyback, but nice with the Aghanims. Now the Supernova as well. Plav has to get away, and they're going to completely save the Centaur there. That Ags just came off. They were not expecting it, and that was a huge save. That's how you use the save in the Ags. Okay. Well played there. Well played by both teams, actually. I think the play by FlytoMoon was really good, but Friends responded properly, using the BKB there intelligently. The FlytoMoon played this well because they acknowledged that they had to sacrifice the Centaur for the Naga to potentially have a chance at surviving. And she had a pretty fair chance. However, Friends had a bit too much invested in killing her, and they even sacrificed a couple heroes just to be able to kill the Naga. So overall, it was worth it for Friends, but FlytoMoon still played that pretty well. It was a very smart play. I like that Nangrata also immediately bought back. It wasn't difficult for him. Like, he didn't wait long enough and think, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this, whatever. No, don't worry about wasting, quote-unquote, your buyback. Just go.
Radiant team pick.
Bang.
Plov. We have Oshush as well. Odin seems to be the target. Ah, that's a really nice song. Or maybe song into TP. Okay, they're actually unaware how many people are near Oshush, which is why they songed. They didn't know that Oshush is kind of alone here, and they didn't have much help. Because they could have Ice Path and killed him in time, but whatever, it's no big deal. Maybe friends could have actually made it in time. That's a bit unsure. They didn't want to fight with that song as well, of course, because song to initiate is a bit scary, because then you lose your counter initiation. Let's go to Naga's courier. I don't know what the courier was looking for, but it seems to be going for the circuit chop. Plov. Still looking for the butterfly. The game seems to be going now in Friend's favor ever so slightly, honestly. I wouldn't say the FlytoMoon through, but I don't know. It seems like the game has just shifted because of a couple bad engagements. They need the Naga and the Lina to come by and fight. They need to take a good engagement. I don't know when Naga's going to be ready to properly fight. 40% spell amp for the Lina, huge by the way, with Yags. I'd be surprised right now if Friends won this team fight, honestly. Yeah, such good team fight on FlytoMoon's side. Okay, they go for Plov first, just to make sure he can't attack the towers safely. Elden's going for Heart next.
Dire team pick.
Ah, nice stomp onto 2. They have a Stampede used immediately. And with the Ice Path, Plov is dead. Laguna Blade to guarantee the kill. Usher also could be in trouble. Tries to Rolling Thunder away, but Yulciter cancels it. Rax Knight now, they acknowledge it. Either they take Rax or they force a buyback. Either of which is a good scenario. And Pango actually has no buyback, which they don't know, but Pango has no buyback, so this is a pretty big deal. They're also taking the Outpost for a bit of extra experience. Well played, as the Outposts are going to be triggered in 30 seconds. So this is a win. Why are you showing me this camera? Go to the mid lane where they're taking Rax. There we go. The Sark is probably not going to buy back, as you can't fight without the Pango, so it's useless to buy back here. You just waste more and more gold and resources. Illidan is just committing to these Rax, and it's the right play entirely. They can go for more, but they should be a bit afraid of the Pango and the Slark coming back, so they're gonna just play this defensively and walk back. Usually I would argue just keep fighting and just get away with Songless Siren, but the problem here, of course, is the Pango has Rolling Thunder and the Slark has BKB. Alright, steal the rune. Nice play. Nice play, and they don't manage to cancel that. Not Blink Dagger in time, but they still see Sidoi with Yule Scepter. They'll set off with Lightstark Array, and the stuns just never end. As soon as you get one stun off, you have plenty of stuns to follow up. The problem is getting the one stun off first. Kill as well. And second time you kill a Pango, he's been absolutely useless, this poor Pango. Hasn't really been able to do much because they canceled him in lane, and Stormer compared right now to Oshush. There's just no color between the two guys. And without Pango, you actually can't fight. Again, you really can't, because his Rolling Thunder is what stops the song from being effective. Sure, Slark has BKB, but without the Rolling Thunder to give you the team fight, you really can't fight in the Song of Siren, because it just kill you. So remember that Laguna Blade does go through BKB right now because of the Aghanims. So the Slark is actually kind of vulnerable to that. So it's very, very important to do this. It's a good choice. FlytoMoon will take tier 3s. And now the Melee Rex perhaps as well. Craggy Code taken. I mean, who cares? Slark is just pushing, or not pushing actually. He's just farming. He's actually in the jungle, which is surprising. Right now, he should be trying to push the tier 3s as opposed to being in the jungle farming. That's crazy. They actually Nightmare the wrong illusion. Bolden's playing around, pretending that's the right illusion. And finally, it's going to be the hero that actually takes the Rex. That's 2 lanes of Rex almost for free for friends. You don't get to what's that intentional. It looked intentional line. I love that line. It's one of my favorite lines ever. But when you play this Pango, you don't get to say that. You're not playing good enough Pango to say, was that intentional? It looked intentional. That's wonderful. I mean, Pango has some of the best lines in the game when it comes to that. Nothing is more satisfying as a Pango than beating your enemy and going, ah ha ha, try a bit harder next time, and it's just, you did it. There we go. That's, the enemy is it's full tilt. He's never going to come back from this game. It's wonderful. I love that. Love that line. Nothing better than that. Unsure if he's like a Spaniard, a Frenchman, or whatever. It's a very unclear accent. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Because they're all cocky bastards. I'm a Spaniard, so I can say this. We're all very cocky. You know, we're all the kind of people that would gloat. 100%. Non grata. Plov. Oh, Stomp. No way he didn't get the Dark Pact off. Are you serious? Ice Path won't even save me. He's done. Supernova used. They try to destroy it in time. No, they don't. They actually have 0 damage to Supernova, so he's going to get killed off inside his arena of blood. Nothing you could do. They're trying to save Fishman here, but they can't. Unfortunately, this Phoenix doesn't heal enough with the Sun Ray. However, this is going to be the death of poor Asha Shush, who's committed to this. They didn't get a stun, and Plov walks in. Is forced to use immediately BKB and the Shadow Dance, and now the Song of the Siren, so they can all concentrate on poor Plov. He bought back for this, by the way. This is going to be a dieback. They're setting off the Light Strike Array. It's going to be successful. Let's get the Dark Pact. No, he does not. Again! He hasn't Dark Pacted off. What's the point of that skill if you're never going to use it? Both times. Caught with the area stuns. Dark Pact is, but I want to point this out. Dark Pact has a lower cast point than any of these stuns that the enemy team has. Yet again, he gets caught multiple times with these stuns. Honestly, the FlytoMoon was so superior than Friends. Friends deserves this loss. I don't know how they won the first game. It was 100% FlytoMoon favored. Yes, it seemed like they could have come back at some points, but FlytoMoon was the better team execution-wise and draft-wise. Congratulations to them. Glad they're making it through. That's it, guys. My name is DSwordfish. I've been your caster for today. Hope you enjoyed the cast. And one last message from our sponsors before we go. Thanks for staying with us all this time. As always, we are trying to make our best to make you entertained. Don't forget to subscribe if you like to stream. If you like the stream, and if you don't subscribe, and if you don't like the stream, subscribe to make sure that we can improve the next broadcast. Alright, see you guys next time.
Were you watching? That's how it's done. Were you watching? That's how it's done.
Prepare for battle.
That's very nice.
Seconds to battle.